Should Miles and Celina be the Rookie's next hot couple? Sometimes it feels like the Rookie is just as much about core relationships and romantic ships as it is the crime fighting. And that can be a good thing or annoying as heck, depending on who you ask. But there's one question that many have raised a few times recently, and that's, should a Celina and Miles ship sell? Could the Rookie tease a Celina-Miles pairing? Opinions on that may vary, but this is the Rookie, and anything is possible, especially new relationships blossoming. It's easy to understand why people may be intrigued by the possibility of this dynamic. While Miles hasn't been around long, making his debut during the Rookie Season 7 and featured in some but not all of the installments, he has succeeded in building up a nice rapport with many of the other characters. In many ways, he may have surpassed his predecessor in that regard. Although I'm still annoyed that the series lost Thorson, and without a proper send-off at that. There are a few reasons why it seems plausible that the Rookie could tease a Miles or Celina pairing. Miles and Celina are the remaining singles. For starters, they are the only primary rookies we have right now. The series could take full advantage of the two forming a romantic relationship without the same type of power dynamic issues that the show ignored and then crammed down our throats in a contrived manner with Chen Ford. We'd essentially have peers approaching a romantic dynamic while still navigating a professional one in the workplace, and it could be interesting to see the greenest ones on the series in that position. They are also the two single people in the brood who aren't tied to anyone romantically. And I refuse to acknowledge that Rog is a thing that still exists. He's off in Europe, and he should stay there. No one is here for Celina and Rog, let's be honest. Interestingly, outside of Rog, we never really had the opportunity to see Celina in any romantic engagements. It was a part of her social life that the series always avoided. Miles and Celina have great chemistry. It's one of many reasons why the Rog thing was so jarring in the first place. They teased the idea of Thorson and Celina, but it was entirely one-sided, with him having a crush on her and her not expressing any romantic interest. I can see the series opting to further distinguish Miles from Thorson by not repeating the same scenario between him and Celina as she had with Thorson. It makes the odds of the series setting up a slow burn dynamic between the two something that feels plausible, and it could be mutual, which is more than we got before. Miles and Celina already have great chemistry. Celina is easy to get along with, and she tends to love everyone. But even when it came down to her interactions with Miles versus Seth, she always felt closer to Miles. They have that friendly banter that could eventually become something else. The two of them already talk about more than the job, confide in one another about things, and have an overall blossoming bond that could make them the next great dynamic or the next best new romantic ship. Could Miles and Celina counterbalance Chen Ford? The two of them tend to have each other's backs. There have been a few instances when they truly showed up for one another, and that type of dynamic is ripe for deeper exploration. Their mutual trust is endearing, and it's worth digging into more. Miles and Celina could also be a welcome counterbalance to Chen Ford. Yes, the series already has Bailey and Nolan often at the forefront, but we've already discussed at length how often Bailey feels like a nuisance more than a compelling character in her own right on this series. We also have Angela and Wes, who the series shortchanged with screen time recently. And, of course, there's Nyla and James, and the series has done such odd things with the pairing that it didn't even seem like their marriage would last anymore. The Rookie is already struggling to write couples. Frankly, it has been tough for the series to write itself out of a corner regarding that pairing. Chen Ford is often the pairing that the series likes to tease and revolve things around, but they've fumbled so much of that couple that it's enough to give a person whiplash. It also makes you think that if there were another couple, a newer, fresher one, then the show could find the right balance. It could be beneficial for the series to have two non-married couples that can reflect off one another. Of course, there are some drawbacks to a potential Celina and Miles pairing, too. We've just established how the series has been struggling to write for all the couples they already have these days, opting for contrived drama for the sake of it, or sidelining them so much that they hardly exist together on screen. Miles is still underdeveloped, while Celina is just now thriving as a multidimensional character. If they are already having issues with those couples, do we want to risk them having a similar frustrating approach to Miles and Celina? Also, there may be too many couples as it is, and they wouldn't want to add more into the mix. When you pair two primary characters together, it requires more space, time, and energy focusing on them. There's also a matter of Miles being so new. While he stood out well during the previous season, he's still an underdeveloped character, and there may be more time spent on fleshing him out before tying him to another character. And the odds of something like that also hampering Celina's growth are strong, too. It would suck if she got into a romantic relationship, and her plot revolved solely around that rather than her other dynamics and career evolution. Would the pairing be interesting or hurt the plot and characters? We already see how easily she can become consumed with romance thanks to this Rudge nonsense. Even if she were directing that to Miles, would we want to see that or risk the trajectory of her finding her own path in policing? The series has a strong enough foundation, and there's enough chemistry there for the makings of a solid slow burn. But that's only if they consider pulling the trigger on the two as a pairing. Otherwise, it could result in more of the same and an empty plot that hurts both characters. But let's hear what you think about this. Should Miles and Celina become a couple? It takes a lot to keep indie sites like ours running, and you can help. Comment if you care, share if you dare, and maybe even whitelist us in your ad blocker. No pressure, just appreciation. TV Fanatic is searching for passionate contributors to share their voices across various article types. Think you have what it takes to be a TV fanatic? Click here for more information and next steps. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button for more update news.